My name is Chander Chawla, and I run a startup called Ever that makes TV shows discoverable. Meaning, when you're watching TV and you get curious about who the people you are seeing on TV, what they're wearing, or where the scene is shot, you press a button on Ever app, and the exact screenshot of what's on TV shows up on the phone through the cloud. And then we tell you who the people are, what they're wearing, where the scene is shot. So you can learn more, buy the items, or share it on social media. The advisory board role, Paula, is mainly falls into one of three categories. Either you have advisors for connections, let's say with Ever, we wanted to penetrate Hollywood, so we needed someone who knows people in Hollywood, so connections. Then second is capital. As a startup, you're raising money, so you need to raise capital, so people who can bring you to new investors. And then third is competence. So the areas where you don't have competence or you need help, that's the third area. So connections, capital, and competence. These are the three main reasons you have advisors. With Ever, we have on our advisory board a board member from Sony who was a president at Sony. So he gave us, one, the credibility that we are a viable startup because of his stature, and then he made introductions with Sony, so in Hollywood. So he was very useful that way. And then the money we raised, a lot of it came from the advisors who were on our advisory board. They introduced us to new investors. And competence, we don't understand, or when we started, we didn't know how Hollywood or LA works. So how the sales process is, how to pitch. So that competence came from Ty, who's CEO of THX. So he has worked in both tech and media side of things. So he helped me a lot in how to position things in Hollywood. So these are some of the examples on how we use the advisory board. They have to like the idea, what you're doing. They have to like you as the CEO. And then also you have to be very clear on what you expect from them. So in our agreements, we were very clear. We will ask for 2 hours of your time per month, because these people are very busy. They don't want to give a lot of time, but they don't have a lot of time. So Christine, who was one of the advisory board members, I was on her retail chain's advisory board. So it was her turn to help me. Then with Tim Schaff, who's Sony board member, I met him when I was working with the Swedish government, and then we developed a relationship, and then I needed his help. He liked what we did, so he joined us. So it mainly through either personal connections or through some introductions that you get people to join your advisory board. But what's important is they have to like you, they have to like the idea, and they have to have clear expectation of what is expected of them. Generally what people, when they're new to the startup world, they don't know how to compensate for the advisors. So what we did was, it varied from 2 to 4 year vesting of stock. How much stock you give also depends on the value they're bringing, but it varies widely on who the people are. In general, in the Valley, it could be 0.1% of the company to 2% of the company. So it depends what they're bringing in. Like if someone is getting you, leading a financial round and getting you, $5 million as a member of the advisory board, then they would want a lot more. Someone who's meeting with you for lunch twice a month to discuss, state of things, then you would pay less. So the compensation varies depending on the value they're bringing in. So I think technology in general is disrupting a lot of existing businesses. At the same time, it's creating new opportunities for existing businesses. So with digitization, that includes cloud, mobile, big data, et cetera, national boundaries are going down. If you have a successful business, let's say in Finland, you can easily get new customers in rest of Europe or US or other places. So if you are looking to expand, how do you grow a business? There are only two ways. Either you find new customers or you sell more to existing customers, right? There's no, if you have to simplify it, this is how you grow a business. So finding new customers for a running business with digitization, it's relatively easier now. So let's say you're a company in Finland and now you want to sell in Germany or France. So to do that, I would get someone from that market on the advisory board who teaches you about the sales cycle, how things are different, if the product needs to be customized for that market, or you can sell it as it is. So those kind of things, and someone on the advisory board can help a lot. And then if you want to sell new products to existing customers, then you have to see, the product you are about to, the new product, what is the development cost? Can you, lifetime value of that customer will increase? How much investment is required? So then I would get someone who has expertise in that type of product development on the advisory board.